Yo, 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 yo.
Jess will be here in a second. Charlamagne the guy.
Peace to the planet. It's Tuesday. How y'all feel out there? I feel blessed, black, and highly favored. Happy to be here another day to serve our beautiful listeners. What's happening? Good morning, man.
That's right. Back to the work week. It's a Tuesday. Had a 3-day weekend. How was your weekend, brother?
Very fulfilling, very restful. I did exactly what I like to do, which is absolutely positively nothing. You know what I mean? Sit around the house with the family, the wife and kids. Caught up on some reading. Finished Original Sin.
Okay.
By Jake Tapper. That was a good read. But yeah, other than that, I did absolutely nothing, which I love to do.
Yeah, I did a little bit of both. I was out at St. Martin. Salute to everybody that was on the island of St. Martin.
You said like that was a club. You was on the island of St. Martin.
I was in St. Martin for 2-3 days. I was out there Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And I had an amazing time on that island. They do Soul Beach. Salute to Sinbad and his brother Mark. They do that. They've been doing that for like 25 years.
Was Sinbad there?
He was not there. Sinbad was there. His whole family was there, but he was not there. What up, Jess? Had a great time. Then we went to Indianapolis, had to do a party. Then spent Sunday and Monday just relaxing with the family, just doing absolutely positively sitting on my ass doing nothing.
Oh, as a Knicks fan, you had to be in Indianapolis.
I was.
Damn.
I was.
Okay, I bet you ain't repped the Knicks there, though.
I did.
No, you did.
I did.
Now I can tell by the way you said that you didn't really rep them.
I did. I didn't go as hard as I would if we would have been up. Like we was up, I would have really been. But we was down 0-2 at the time.
Yeah, you was sad.
Yeah, so
that's when you're supposed to rep the hardest.
Nah,
I'm a Cowboy fan. Okay, every year we going to the Super Bowl. I don't care what the record is. When you down is when you're supposed to be really talking that talk.
I ain't have much to say.
When you do it when you up, that's kind of cowardly to me.
Nah, I ain't have much to say. I rep my Knicks, but it wasn't stupid. Like they were walking around with the choke face. The whole choke.
Yes. Oh man.
You was afraid they was going to do you the way those Knicks fans did that Pacer fan. I saw that viral video where they hit him with the trash.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You was scared he was going to do you like that in Indiana.
We had security, sir. We weren't worried about that. But we had a great time in Indiana. So shout out to everybody. Shout out to the Indy 500 Monster Energy. We had a great time. What you did this weekend?
Man,
you was
shout
at
out to
Connecticut.
Whatever. It's Mash and Tucket.
Okay.
Yeah, so shout out to New Haven, Hartford, and Bridgeport. They were in there. And then the next day, Boston was so lit.
Yes.
Boston was
love
lit.
Boston.
I love and then shout out to two of my fans that hunted me down after the show. One lady, I think it was D and Tay from Boston. She just had a baby 2 months ago. She was lit. She was drunk. Her homegirl tried to get in the car, but she was like, "I love you so much." Eyes crossed, like cocked like a pistol. She was like,
damn,
lit.
That's probably first night out since having a baby.
That's what she said.
Like
that was her first night out since she had that baby, breastfeeding
That's
and all
right.
that. And so they made my night.
Dope.
D and Tay. Yes.
Dope.
So I was outside smoking. They came and ran up on me.
Do people with cross-eyed know they cockeyed? Like, do people with cross-eyed know they cross-eyed?
I'm sure they got a mirror.
Yes. I used to be cockeyed when I was little. Yeah.
No, you weren't.
I grew out of it.
How cross-eyed was this woman?
And how you grow out of it?
Because the fact that you send that as an identifier.
It was a lazy eye.
It's a difference now.
There's a difference between cockeyed and lazy eye.
Well, they be cocked up when
she was looking at you and Chris at the same time?
No, me and her homegirl. Yeah. They went out, not crossed. Inward.
Lazy eye, just your eyes just a little lower.
One of them, yeah.
Yes.
One of my left eye used to go crazy by itself.
But cockeye is like you look in one place, but you don't know where you're looking at.
Oh, so I messed it up.
Yeah,
she had a lazy eye.
I get a lazy eye after midnight.
Why?
What's his name?
I get a lazy eye after midnight. That would be a brown eye, sir.
That's a brown eye.
And you have a lot of experience in that.
I do not. All right, let's get the show cracking. Monique Rodriguez will be joining us. She's the founder and CEO of, is it Mealy Organics or Miley Organics?
Miel. Mael. It's Mael Organics.
Yes, Mael. That's right, because she named it after her kids. Mael Organics, yes. She'll be joining us. She has a new book, The Glory in Your Story. So we'll talk to her in a little bit. And then we got front page news with Morgan when we come back. So don't go anywhere. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. Now, last night, 128-126, the Thunder beat the Timberwolves. They lead that series 3-1. And tonight, the Knicks take on the Pacers at 8 p.m. in Indiana. So let's go, New York, New York, New York.
You ain't say that when you was in Indiana?
I did. I just wasn't as loud.
How many more games they got?
What is the best out of 7?
Yeah. Oh, this the last one tonight?
No.
It depends.
Right now, Indiana leads 2-1.
Oh, the first person won.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right. What up, Morgan?
Hey, y'all. Hey, well, welcome back. It feels good to be back. So let's get into it. First up on front page, yesterday was Memorial Day, and President Trump honored those who gave their lives serving in the military. He visited Arlington National Cemetery to mark the occasion and participated in the wreath-laying ceremony at the tomb of the unknown soldier before delivering remarks. Now, he said that he, of course, and we would be lost without our service members while also honoring Gold Star families. Let's take a listen to his comments.
In every hour of peril, in every moment of crisis, American warriors have left behind the blessings of home and family to answer their nation's call. They've offered all that they had within them and given their last breaths to each and every one of us that we might live safe. Every Gold Star family fights a battle long after the victory is won, and today we lift you up and we hold you high.
He must have took his meds then. That was tame compared to what he put on social media when he said Happy Memorial Day to all, including the scum that spent the last 4 years trying to destroy our country through warped radical left minds.
Man got cancer. You just still shooting at it. You just don't care.
Yeah, that's crazy. But Trump did say that we share in the sorrow with the families of fallen service members. He added that those service members gave everything and asked for nothing. And I like to take it a step further. And, to those who have lost someone that has served, we continue to salute their service and sacrifice, because we know for you every day is Memorial Day. So, but moving on, in unfortunate news, this comes as a Congress member. We're mourning the loss of a Congress member, former New York representative and Korean War veteran Charlie Rangel, who died at the age of Rangel. Is it?
Charlie Rangel.
Okay. Well,
That's
you guys know. Y'all in New York. So Rangel, often referred to as the Lion of Harlem, died on Memorial Day surrounded by family. He was elected to Congress in 1971, where he served for 46 years, becoming the House Ways and Means Chairman in 2007. He was the primary sponsor of 40 bills during his tenure, including President Obama's Affordable Care Act, the Low-Income Housing Tax Credit, and the so-called you called it Rangel Amendment, aimed at ending apartheid in South Africa. Now, New York City Mayor Eric Adams is saluting Rangel as a true American, and House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries is calling him a trailblazer and champion for justice. Of course, right now there's no word or details surrounding his death or funeral arrangements, but of course we are continuing to mourn his loss. And we will mark the occasion, by honoring him as well, considering the fact that he was a Korean War vet. But that's your front page news for 6 a.m. At 7 a.m., we'll talk about President Trump and how he feels about current President Vladimir Putin, Russian President Vladimir Putin, calling him absolutely crazy. And then we'll also get into the big, beautiful bill, because that's moving forward in the Senate right now. So stick around.
All right. And everybody else, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. Let us know how your weekend was. I know it's tough, 3-day weekend. You got to get back to work on Tuesday. It's hard getting up this morning.
Man.
Let us know how your weekend was, what you did. 800-585-1051. Get it off your chest. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. This is your time to get it off your chest.
Keep calling.
800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Hey, what up? This Tanya with Omaha.
Tanya from Omaha. What's up? Get it off your chest, Tanya.
Hey, man, I just need to get off my chest that our Omaha Police Department are a bunch of gang members, man. They shoot and kill unarmed black people with no accountability, with no transparency. Let us know what's going on. They released the body cam footage of an incident that happened like 3-4 days later. They shoot the man outside of his home. He just graduated high school. He was from, I believe, Sudan, and there's no accountability for it.
What was the brother's name?
I'm not even gonna lie to you. I can't even pronounce it. I'm a butcher, and he was from Sudan. It was a 19-year-old, and
I'm looking it up.
Yeah.
His name was Janidi Ibrahim. It seems like it.
Yeah, and he was like, it's crazy because like the police do this type of stuff, and then they fire them, but then they get hired up with the sheriff's department, and that just happened in Omaha. Like it's not right. They the Omaha Police Department just fired another cop. And then he gets hired with the Sheriff Department. He killed somebody with a no-knock warrant, and he was fired by the police department. But then they hire him with the Sheriff's Department.
You know what's crazy? I haven't heard anything about these cases. Like, I just Googled the case, about the guy from Sudan. That was 5 days ago, but I hadn't heard anything about it.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, it happens all the time here in Omaha. Like, Omaha really has a real problem, and it's swept under the rug. Like, I think it's because we're a Republican state that the news just don't cover it the right way. They don't. And they try to make it seem like the minorities here are the problem when it's our police force. We can't, it's like really having like slave masters on our neck. Like, you can't drive down here at a certain time without getting pulled over, because if you're driving at 3 o'clock in the morning, because I work in the morning, you're going to get bumped up.
Dang.
So I moved my time back to at least 5 o'clock.
Damn.
Jesus Christ.
Well, thank you for putting this up on the story. We'll do some more research on it, and thank you so much. You be safe out there.
Hey, y'all also look up the incident that happened at Club Omaha with the artist from Kansas City named T-Rail. He came up here disrespecting. I'm telling you, a lot of times it's black officers and it's black security guards that are perpetuating this violence. And I don't know if they're doing it to try to make these white people happy, but I'm telling you, it's crazy out here. Y'all gotta just do a little research on Omaha, Nebraska. We got Terrence Crawford here, but you know what? I ain't even gonna cap. Homie definitely, he definitely on that Republican type ish too. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. You
said you talking about T-Rail getting maced and attacked by club security?
Heck yeah! Look at the video, man. That man is walking out of the club and they spraying it in his face less than 2 feet away.
Pause.
All right. Well, thank you, Mama, and be safe out there. She's being serious. This guy talking about pause.
Like, yo.
I mean, pause still applies. I mean, I hate that happened to the brother. I mean, but pause still applies.
No,
it does. Hello, who's this?
Good morning. It's Krista from Connecticut. How y'all doing?
Hey, Krista. Did you go see Jess this weekend?
I did. I had fun. So I was not in the front row. That was an accident.
Okay.
I was actually in the third row, and I had so much fun. Thank you, Jess.
Thank you, girl. I appreciate that.
I was waiting for you to shout out Willimantic. I mean, I was like the only person from Willimantic there, so I would have been like, woo! But
what is it? What was it?
I was waiting for you to shout out Willimantic, because you were like Hartford, New Haven, Bridgeport. I was like, dang, she ain't gonna say Willimantic?
She was having a hard time with some of them other names too. Connecticut.
I saw that.
Oh my God! But I'm glad you came out, baby girl. Thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you.
All right, Chris, have a good one.
Just so you know, y'all better hold on. Y'all better get used to my voice, because I'm gonna call in once a week.
Okay, we look forward to hearing from you.
All right, guys, have a good one.
You too, babe.
Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, hit us up now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Ray.
Yo, Charlamagne, Envy, what up? Are we live?
This is your time to get it off your chest.
I got an indoor pool, an outdoor pool.
We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
We can get on the phone right now. He'll tell you what it is.
We live? Hello, who's this?
Hello, good morning. This is Cherise.
Hey, Cherise, get it off your chest.
Hey, Jess. Hey, Uncle Charla. Hey, Izzy. Good morning.
How are you?
I'm doing good. So I want to get off my chest. Shout out to these parents who have been emailing me on my 3-day weekend because their child is going to fail and go to summer school. Happy Memorial Day. How you mad at me? Why are you mad at me? I've been trying to get in contact with you all year long about your child. Now you want to blow up my email.
What age group?
So I teach first grade.
First grade?
Damn.
First grade, exactly.
Summer school in the first grade?
It's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. It's real crazy, right? And most of it is because of like absences or like not turning in homework. But that's not my rules. That's the school rules.
Right.
And listen, I've been listening to y'all since 2016. I commute from Baltimore to D.C. every day. Shout out to all the teachers in D.C.
Shout out.
But I just want to say that I love y'all so much. I appreciate everything that y'all do. Y'all give me a good cheat before I go here with these daggone kids every morning. I really appreciate y'all.
I love you, and we appreciate you too, because what you do is not easy, I'm sure.
That's right.
Woo! Man, tell me about it. But I love it, so I thank God that I'm here to do what I do. But Y'all better even respond to my email back in August when I'm telling y'all child is not doing right.
All right, take it easy on them kids.
All right. Thank you. Y'all have a good day.
You too,
I don't mind her holding them back. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't believe in that no child left behind stuff. You know what I mean? If a person isn't, doing what they supposed to be doing in school and they not passing, hold their ass back.
The first grade, though?
What that got to do with her?
Look, and then if I was a parent, I'd be fine. Let's send this little ass to school in the summer.
That's right.
You gotta take him.
Because what happens? You pass him and he's not ready to go to second grade. Then he go to second grade and be stupid again.
Do the same. Yep. Do the same thing. Nope.
But if she got that many kids, then there's another problem.
No, but you see, her problems were no homework and absence. It starts at home. Something ain't clicking at home with them kids.
In respect to who, what's her name, Sharice, that just called? Yep. Because you need teachers who care. You have a bunch of teachers who do not care. The fact that she cares enough to fail that young man, hold him back, and prepare him for the next grade, salute to her. We need more teachers.
I don't think it was one. I think it was a bunch of kids, she said.
Well, they're not ready. They're not ready.
But she said she ended it with, but I love what I do. And that's right. That's the part.
Hello, who's this?
Yo, this is Mo from the Natty.
Mo, what's up? Get off your chest.
What's up, man? I just want to call and say good morning to the Breakfast Club, the ladies and the fellas up there.
Good morning.
I just want to get off my chest about Trump and that check, man. It's like, I agree. Not a good idea to accept that jet, but I also want to say that, I want to congratulate Charlamagne when he speaks about the jet. I used to think he didn't know what he was talking about, but now I know it's just willful ignorance on his part. The first time he read the article of the Constitution that says it's illegal to take the jet, he read the part all the way to the period that said unless he had consent from Congress. But now when you hear him read it, he leaves that part out. So again, it should have been a donkey today, but I could never get through. But so I just want to give it up to Charlamagne on his willful ignorance and
what are you talking about?
Oh, you know you was talking about
what I'm talking about. You heard what I said. I said when she read it the first time, a couple weeks ago, you read the article and it said that it was illegal to accept gifts from foreign nations, and you read all the way to the period where it said unless he had consent from Congress.
But he doesn't have consent from Congress.
How can you get it if you don't have consent from Congress? You remember Congress? He owns them, right? That's his people, right?
He does not have consent. He doesn't have congressional consent.
Then they can't
and I didn't leave that out when I said that.
You left it out 3 or 4 times after you read it the first time. You stopped way before that part came.
How do you think you get congressional consent?
They approve it. You put your people in there and they let you do what you want, like we always say. They let him do what he wants.
Congressional consent.
So, whereas if it's illegal, then it's illegal.
You do know congressional consent involves a vote, right?
Well, obviously he's going to get the vote if they let him accept it. Somebody will let him accept it.
No. Congressional consent.
You can't accept something that they don't consent to.
Yes, you can when you don't respect the rule of law. Congressional consent involves a vote. And my brother, now you know why it's a problem.
Yeah, well, I'm going to have to, like you say a lot of times when people catch you on something, I don't know nothing about that. So I'm going to have to look into that. But he can't take it if they don't consent.
And congressional consent involves a vote.
Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, you could hit us up. What's up, Loren?
Hey, good morning.
How was DR?
Oh, Lord, it was great.
What procedures you got done?
Stop playing because people was really down there checking out my arms. And I was so confused.
Why? You got them heroin
because he told people I was there getting my arms done.
Because you
who goes to do
some lady came up to me and was like, come here, baby. Charlamagne said you're here getting your arms done. It's hot outside. Have you rested? I was like, rest? What do you mean?
But that's why you got your arms fully covered. It's going to be 75 degrees today. Tell the truth.
No, I have my arms fully covered because it's cold in that courtroom and I'm tired.
You going back to court today?
Yes. Today, yes.
The grind don't stop, honey.
All right, well, what we talking about the latest with Loren?
Before we get to court, we're going to talk about the AMAs because Janet Jackson performed on television for the first time in 7 years, and people still mad. Yes, at the AMAs, and people still mad that
she was just on tour. Oh, you mean
on TV,
on television?
Okay, my bad.
Yes.
So Janet Jackson and J-Lo performed.
J-Lo hosted the whole show, and she performed. Yes.
Man, nobody cared.
Damn.
What?
I
told y'all.
I seen you, but I wasn't. The game was on.
It was really good moments, too.
You know what kind of event that would have been 15, 20 years ago?
I agree.
J-Lo hosting,
and let me tell
performing, and Janet Jackson. I was watching the game.
Ant-Man was on. I watched it.
Even like J-Lo looked amazing and all that, and Janet Jackson though, and Tasha Smith presented her award. It was like a whole thing. Like,
really?
Yes, and Eminem won.
I seen that because Consonant was mad. I seen that.
There was a lot of people mad that Eminem is a white rapper, and I'm like, all these years later, y'all still mad that he's white. And
let's talk about it when we come back. We're giving up too much. We'll talk about it when we come back. The latest with Loren. Don't go anywhere. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Let's get to the latest with Loren.
Loren be coming with straight facts.
She gets them from somebody that knows somebody.
She gets the details.
I'm the homegirl that knows a little bit about everything.
She be having the latest on this.
The latest with Loren LoRosa.
Sometimes she have facts, sometimes she have details, sometimes she have a little bit of everything.
Well, it's the latest.
On The Breakfast Club.
Talk to me.
The AMA.
Turn the mic on.
Turn her mic on.
That's crazy.
There you go.
There we go.
Hello. Oh, hey.
Hello.
So the 2025 American Music Awards went down last night, and J-Lo hosted the show. She opened, where they get to do a song and then they do a performance. Her performance was like a blended melody of like a lot of the people who were nominated and, people who went on to win later on that evening. She did a lot of like Not Like Us and Kendrick stuff as well. She looked good. Like she didn't perform it, but she was dancing. Like she had dance breaks to it.
Did they promote the AMAs? I didn't hear nothing about the AMAs until last night.
You know how I be finding out stuff. I was on Twitter and I saw people arriving at the carpet and I was like, oh, let me turn on the AMAs.
That's crazy. J-Lo hosting it?
Our producer emailed us. That's how I even know it was on.
Yeah, I didn't get that email.
Yeah, it was on the email. But I was gonna ask. So J-Lo opened up kissing a guy and a girl because I seen that trending yesterday.
Yeah, yep. She kissed her
this morning.
her male and her female dancers. A lot of places. I'm glad you said both because a lot of places. Yeah, it was like I'm sure it was like a stage kiss though.
Oh, okay.
But
that's kind of tired though. We've seen that so many times.
Yeah.
Britney Spears did that. Madonna did that. We've seen that so much.
Yeah, I think the big thing for her is, after now she's a fully single woman and she's expressing her sexual independence on the stage. That was a big talking point of her performance.
So the studs can come get it if they want. Is what she was trying to say.
What?
Get in line.
Maybe.
Okay.
The woman that she kissed was. Never mind.
She should have kissed Ben Affleck as Batman and then Ben Affleck as Daredevil. That would have been fire.
Oh my God.
You said the lady she kissed was what?
Nothing.
What?
Moving on.
She looked like Ellen.
No, she was just a lady.
Oh, okay.
A dancer.
All right, go ahead.
So J-Lo opens it up and she's hosting throughout the night, and there were a few big moments. Janet Jackson, I told you guys, she performed for the first time in 7 years at the on TV for the first time in 7 years at the American Music Awards. She was amazing as always, and she doesn't age whatsoever. Let's take a listen to Janet Jackson's performance.
I see you staring down the corner of my eye. You see my things are both that approach me from me line. But it's a bit of such a grab you said, so am I. I know exactly cause it happens with all I got. Just come to me.
I really don't know whether to be disappointed in the AMAs or myself. I had no idea any of this was happening. I had no idea the AMAs was on. I had no idea J-Lo hosted it, and I damn sure didn't know we was getting a live performance from Janet Jackson.
Yeah.
Well, don't be pissed off. I didn't know either. Sorry, and I'm not pissed off.
And I mean, not only did she perform, J-Lo also was a huge award winner of the evening. It was presented by Tasha Smith. And
my girl.
Yeah, and
Tasha?
That's dope.
Yes.
Tasha.
Louder than the finest Kush Tasha?
Yes. And Tasha Smith looked amazing too. She had a short blonde buzz cut. She looks amazing. But Janet Jackson accepted the Icon Award last night, and everybody stood to their feet, and her speech was very moving. Let's take a listen to Janet Jackson.
I am so honored. I'm so grateful. I mean, no disrespect in any way, but I don't consider myself an icon. My family, myself, our dream was it wasn't ever to be famous. We always had a special love for music, dancing, and singing, and fame came with the result of hard work and dedication. My story, my family's story, it's truly an American story. This would have only happened in America.
Praise God, Janet Jackson don't whisper no more.
Oh,
Remember when she used to fake whisper everywhere?
I thought she whisper everywhere. Like what?
I want to thank everybody. Remember when they used to do that? I'm so glad Janet don't fake whisper no more. Jesus.
I thought she was only Michael.
I thought she did that to conserve her voice.
I always thought it was like that too, but then I thought it was like just something that happens in our family. Cause
Michael do it.
I thought they did that, to say their voice.
But no, you said Tasha Smith had the short, the short blonde buzz cut. Yes,
yeah,
I was
she
like,
looked,
so she looked like Eminem, but no, she looked really, she looked so good.
Snatched.
I'm looking
she looked
at it.
amazing. But speaking of Eminem, people were very upset last night. Eminem beat out some of the biggest. Well, he's a big hip hop artist, but Eminem beat out Drake, Kendrick Lamar, Future, Tyler the Creator for favorite male hip hop artist
of last year, of all time.
Favorite male hip hop artist.
Can't be all time.
It can't be for last year.
Favorite male hip hop
artist. That's because
y'all
slept on that man album. He had his last album.
What
Y'all
was the
ain't
name of
even
his
listen to it. Huh?
What was the name of his last album?
Hold on, let me look it up.
I don't think Eminem didn't put out no album last year.
Yes, he did.
He did have an album.
He did.
I remember that.
Yes, he did. That's what I'm saying. There's no possible way.
You can't be up here saying that. That's my favorite.
You got
rapper.
Kendrick's album. You got Drake's. There's so many different projects.
Yes.
No disrespect to Eminem, but not last year.
The death of Slim Shady. Yes, Coupe de Grace. Yeah,
I didn't go to that funeral. I didn't even know it happened.
Yo,
I feel like you did.
Yes,
I was not at that funeral.
Listen, and it's the thing. He went so hard. He was talking about everything that a black person would have gotten in trouble for. On the album, like he coming at everybody, he coming at trans people, gay people, people in wheelchairs. He coming at everybody.
Was it bigger than Kendrick album?
No,
hell no, it wasn't bigger than Kendrick album. No, but
so according to Google,
this must
people listen to it.
It must be a voted award.
According to Google, the eligibility period, the data tracking period for nominations typically covers a specific time frame, such as March 22nd, 2024 through March 20th, 2025, which goes into the American Music Awards. That's what Google says to me.
You said he sold 280,000
favorite male hip hop artist at the 2020. Yep. I'm assuming it was for this year, but I know that there were a lot of people that were upset. They were, I think they bring in the comment.
Nick just said AMA is a fan voted award. Okay, that makes
more
sense.
No, hold on. I mean, Eminem has a huge fan base.
Yeah,
but if it even right here it says it goes off of fan interaction, fan voting.
And them old white men ain't on social media like that. Not like Drake fans and Kendrick fans now.
That's right. Yeah,
I'm confused where they pulled the fans at.
Facebook.
And Eminem is great, but
Eminem is great, yo. Y'all gotta listen. He even coming at
Eminem
other
is
rappers
great,
in there.
but there's no way in hell Eminem wins over the year that Kendrick
It's
had.
a very controversial album, though.
Well, if his fan voted, then his fans voted. You know,
that's why I said it had to be a fan voted award.
It's just a lot of that flew under the radar because of the Kendrick, and we had a lot of other things to worry about over here. You know what I'm saying?
We did.
Or maybe Eminem has been great for so long that you just take him for granted now.
Yes,
because the guy sells 280,000 units his first week. That's just Eminem. He's supposed to. But if a new artist does that, everybody's like, "Oh wow!"
Yeah, because new artists ain't doing that.
And numbers don't lie. And M is like that.
According to Illuminate, which is they give you information on the awards breakdown. It says a data partner. This is the data partner. They track key fan interaction metrics, including streaming, sales, and airplay. So they track this. They couple that with the fan votes. And the winner is ultimately chosen by the public. But that is how you're nominated, and that is how you're chosen. So
I still don't see it, but congratulations to Eminem.
A lot of people shared your sentiment last night. And I felt like Eminem, anything Eminem wins, whether you think he deserves it or not, people always have this interaction.
Now, back in the day when he was winning, he deserved it. He was busting ass. But now, I just don't see it. And Kai Cenat was upset about it too, right?
Yes, he was. And speaking of Kai Cenat, I thought it was so fire that he actually got to present an award last night.
Drop on the clues bombs for Kai Cenat.
Oh, my God.
I was tuned in to Screamer University this weekend.
Yes, I think Streamer University was everywhere this weekend. SZA actually accepted the award that he presented. I believe it was Best Female R&B Artist. I'm going to double check that, but let's take a listen to SZA accepting the award.
Thank you so much. Tell them about Streamer University. Congrats to Kai. Thank you so much. Yes, I'm so proud of you. Sorry. I'll be happy for my friends. Okay, first off, thank you to all the fans that voted for me. Mom, do I have makeup on my teeth? Thank you to my mom and to my dad, to my best friend Amber, and to my team. But literally to all of camp, I love you so much. This is like our first time entering Fan One Award. So thank you for mobbing for us. I love you so much, just as much as you love me, probably more. You have no idea. Thank you.
Yeah, if it's fan voted, I understand. I mean, Eminem's the highest selling rapper of all time.
You went back to M.
But I'm just thinking about it. I didn't know the AMAs was fan voted.
Yeah, just because y'all didn't listen to it, don't mean it ain't popular.
You ain't listen to it either.
I
She knew what
I just
happened.
told you I know all the content.
You had to
I just
Google
forgot
the
the
name.
name of the album.
Oh.
It's just the death of Slim Shady. I listened to
Name
it
a
when it
song on
came
it.
out. What?
Name a song.
When somebody say what,
Hold
that means
it
they thinking about it. What?
What were the
Just
features?
listen to it, yo. Oh no, he got a bunch of features on it. Joyner Lucas is on there. Like it's a couple people on there that we don't know, but he like that.
All right, I like Jess in the booth.
I'm serious.
Well, as we wrap, I just want to say it's favorite female R&B artist and favorite R&B song that SZA won last night. Kai Cenat presented the favorite female R&B artist award.
So who won favorite female rap artist? Or they didn't have one?
I believe that was no.
Megan won something because everybody was upset that she won over Glorilla. She won.
Boy, they stay fronting on Big Glow, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
God.
Yeah, they do. Because I ain't gonna hold you. Glow should have got that. That's just my opinion. Megan won over her. It was Doja, Glow, Lotto.
Yeah, figure it out. Go to commercial.
Yeah. Yep. And people were pissed off.
Yep.
Yes.
All right. Well, that is the latest with Loren. When we come back, we got front page news. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get back to some front page news. Now, last night, the Thunder beat the Timberwolves 128-126. They lead the series 3-1. And my Knicks take on the Pacers tonight at 8 p.m. So, let's go, New York. Go, New York. Go. What's up, Morgan?
All right, yeah, let's get into it. So President Trump says Russian President Vladimir Putin has absolutely gone crazy. So talking to Truth Social on Sunday, Trump said the two have always had a good relationship, but something has happened to Putin. He added that Putin is needlessly killing a lot of people and that he has always once said that Putin wants all of Ukraine, not just a piece of it. Let's take a listen to President Trump's comments on Russian President Vladimir Putin.
I'm not happy with what Putin's doing. He's killing a lot of people, and I don't know what the hell happened to Putin. I've known him a long time, always gotten along with him, but he's sending rockets into cities and killing people, and I don't like it at all.
So Ukrainian President Zelensky, in a post on social media on Sunday, said that nearly 300 attack drones had been launched by Russia. Meanwhile, a top Democrat in the House Intelligence Committee, Connecticut's Jim Himes, he told CBS's Face the Nation that the U.S. needs to apply maximum pressure on Russia and apply sanctions. Let's take a listen to his comments.
We really uptick the sanctions. We stop the export of oil. We pressure India to stop buying Russian oil. And of course, we keep arming the Ukrainians. Maximize the leverage of the West so that we can bring this war not just to a conclusion, but to a fair and just conclusion that will keep the Russians from invading countries in the future.
So officials in Kyiv say that at least 12 people were injured in a Russian drone attack early on Sunday, which damaged homes and apartment buildings. So continue to keep you guys posted on those international affairs.
You know, I've been watching those exchanges, you know, and it's like those two egos could be the end of civilization as we know it. Like I was thinking about that over the weekend.
You say the two. Are you talking Trump
Putin and Trump? Putin
yes,
and Trump.
okay.
Like you know how they always say Russia and Putin had something on Trump, and they talk about the P tapes and all that other stuff, and you know. Basically, Russia had America in his pocket, and they helped to steal the election. What if all that is true, right? Then Trump has no more use for Putin anymore. And, you know, wouldn't you want to get the guy that allegedly has all of this blackmail material against you? Wouldn't you want to get him out of here?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, so wouldn't now be the time? It just I just don't like when I hear him say, you know, Putin's crazy, he's lost it, blah blah blah, and then you know the Kremlin and they throw a little shot back. Like that could get stupid real fast.
Yeah, because then they start talking about nuclear and this and
exactly.
And we don't need those problems.
Exactly.
We need those problems. We'll bring it back to the home front.
That's bigger than a problem. If like that would be the end of civilization as we know it.
And former Surgeon General Vivek Murthy is calling on Congress to do more to protect children from the harms of social media. He tells NBC's Meet the Press that lawmakers need to establish safety standards for social media platforms because right now there are no protection for kids. He suggests putting warning labels on social media platforms and establishing those safety standards. Let's take a listen to his comments on NBC's Meet the Press. Vivek Murthy.
It's equivalent of putting our kids in cars with no seatbelts, with no airbags, and having them drive on roads with no speed limits and no traffic lights. And that is just morally unacceptable. I think Congress has so far failed in its responsibility to protect our kids, but it's not too late. They need to step up and act now. Put warning labels on social media platforms so that parents and kids are aware of the risks that we see.
I don't think warning labels are going to change anything. I mean, parents just got to be, watch over their kids much more. But we do have to figure out something to do. But besides just that, I don't know if you guys been seeing this new trend where, well, it's not even a new trend, but they've been doing it for a long time. But it's getting worse and worse and worse where these kids are doing pop-ups at malls. So they'll put it on social media and then you'll get 500, 600, 700, 1,000 kids at a mall. And then they run through the mall, stealing things, fighting, getting into altercations. So it's getting more and more dangerous when it comes to social media. It scares the
They ain't
issue
got
out of
nothing to
me.
do with social media, though.
That's social media, too. Because they do it on that platform to do it.
Yeah, but these people would running up in stores and taking clothes have been going on way before social media.
Not like this. They're doing it every week.
I mean, they
put it on social media.
I'm saying some people maybe do it for trends, but I mean, they was doing stuff like that way before social media. I can't
Not
blame.
as often as it is.
I can't blame boosting on social media.
Nah, not as often as it is now.
As a result of that,
we got a booster right over here.
Shut up! I knew it was coming. I never wanted to be on camera when I was on it.
Exactly.
But she ain't boosting 1,000 people. She just did it on her
by
by herself.
myself. Yeah.
Nah, you gotta get in and get out. No, but as a result of that, I know at least here in the DMV, they've started to implement a lot of curfews, early curfews, especially on Fridays and Saturdays for reasons like early, like 5 p.m. That if you're in a mall or a town center of some sort before a certain and you're under the age of 18, even 16, you need to have an adult with you.
Yep.
Murthy did go on to say though that parents should try to keep children under the age of 16 off social media if possible because kids are being affected in different way than adults, and they're starting to see it in the actual brain development and brain activity. So he's also calling on Congress to require more data transparency so that researchers can better study the effects of social media on young people.
Yeah, that's been going on for a long time. Like the malls, either if you were under 18, you had to be accompanied by a parent or guardian, or they would have a curfew on the weekends. Like as long as I can remember, growing up in South Carolina, they would even do that.
But that was big. That was big in the South because when I went to school in Hampton, it could only be 3 people. You can only be in the mall with 3 people. Other than that, you had to break it up. So
you know
if
why?
you were with 6, you had to break up, and you had a curfew.
You know why? Because they be fighting, but also they be running up in them stores as a pack and just taking stuff.
But I only see that
this stuff been going on way before social media. That's not a trend. I would blame social media.
It's just now amplified.
Yeah, but in New York, we didn't have those type of curfews or those problems. But when I went to school in the South, they definitely did.
All right, so that's your social media. That's your front page news, y'all. Follow me on socials at Morgan Media, I guess if you're on there. And for more news coverage, follow at Black Information Network. Download the free iHeartRadio app and visit us at BINnews.com. Make it a great week, y'all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, when we come back, the founder and CEO of Maeli Organics will be joining us.
Why you turn that to a Spanish word? It's Mael.
He's Dominican. Dominicans turn everything into
It's
Spanish.
not Maeli. It's Mael.
Mael Organics will be joining us. Monique Rodriguez. Is that Spanish?
Yes, I asked her that too. I couldn't wait to ask her because she black.
We'll talk to her next. Her new book, The Glory in Your Story. Well, she'll be talking to us next. It's The Breakfast Club. Come on.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
Yes, indeed.
We have Miss Monique Rodriguez. Welcome.
Thank you.
How you feeling this morning?
I'm great. How are you?
Doing well, doing well.
She's also got a new memoir out now, The Glory in Your Story, Activating a Fearless Faith to Change Your Life, Your Career, and the World.
Yes.
Now, you turned a kitchen recipe into a multi-million-dollar brand.
Yes.
What was the moment you realized you weren't just selling products, you were actually building a movement?
Well, I went into this knowing that I was building a movement. I created this brand out of necessity. I felt that there was a lack of relatability in the hair care space. There was a lack of great products, healthy products for women that look like me. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to fill this void, but I always operated with a multi-million-dollar mindset. I operated with the mindset of I'm going to be on the shelf with these bigger brands one day eventually. And the day that we launched, which was May 23rd, our anniversary is actually next week. And we sold out of every oil that we had. And we had a small amount of inventory, about 100 bottles, because I was a small business, didn't know that it was going to take off the way that it did. And the day that we launched, we sold out of every single product. And I knew at that moment, I'm onto something, because I knew that it was a need for it.
I love the multi-million-dollar mindset. Explain that to people, for those who may not have one.
Yeah, I think success is, when I talk about like activating fearless faith to change your mind, success is all about mindset. And, I grew up basically in the hood, right?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't come from a lot, but I always dreamed big. And I would look at other successful people and say, oh, they're successful because they're lucky. And I knew that I had to change my mindset and shift from thinking that, no, they're not just lucky, they worked for it, right?
Yeah.
They had to step out and be bold and go after their dreams and pursue their purpose. And I shifted my mindset from thinking that I didn't deserve success to thinking that I do deserve it. And I realized that once that started to shift my level of thinking and I operated from a level of abundance and not lack, more things flowed to me.
Now, in 2014, you were a registered nurse.
Yes.
So what made you say, you know what, this is not for me? And what put you in the mind frame to actually create these products, right? Because people could say, they could take a product and sell it, but you actually had to make it. You had to try it. I'm sure it didn't work right away the first time. I'm sure your daughter was sitting back there, I'm sure you burnt her hair a couple times in trying it out.
I don't think I burnt it, but, she was definitely a guinea pig.
So talk about that procedure and how that came about.
Yeah, so I was a labor and delivery nurse, and I was a nurse for 8.5 years. And I became a nurse because my mom encouraged me to be a nurse. She was very traditional, go to school, go to college, do what you need to do, get a real job so you can survive. My mom was basically about survival. She had that mentality, which no fault, because most of our parents' generation, they came from that type of generation. And even though when I was younger, like I've always had this dream and passion to be in the beauty space, my mom would always tell me like, it's cute, but that's not a stable career. So I kind of like put my dreams to the wayside and pursue what my mom wanted me to do. So it was never something that like I saw myself doing. So when I did graduate college and I started working labor and delivery, I'm like, this is not a career path that I want to do for the rest of my life. And unfortunately, after doing that for 8 years, I was pregnant with my third child, my son. And unfortunately, it was a high-risk pregnancy. Bless you.
Thank you.
And he passed away from complications. And when you go through pain and something, thank you, something that's so traumatic, it catapulted me to live life on my own terms and not to live my life on someone else's dream, which was my mom, because you only get one shot at life. And my pregnancy was high risk also for my life. And I decided to pursue my dreams, do something that I love, something that was purposeful, something that I can wake up and feel like I have fulfillment and joy doing. And I went back to that love as a child, being in the beauty space. And I started creating. I'm a creative by nature. And I would just go in my kitchen and mix together like different ingredients and study and research like what ingredients work well on our hair. And I started posting it on social media. And while people were following me and thinking like, well, what is this girl doing? Like, she's posting all these recipes. It was really a creative outlet for me to express myself and to take my mind off of grief, the grieving process.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and that's how Mayo became what it is.
Where did Mayo come from? The name?
The name? Oh, so that's a great question. I love answering that question. It's actually a combination of my kids' names. So I have Mia Gabrielle back there, Mackenzie Ariel. My son's name was Milan. It's a combination of all their names and their middle names, L, so they're my L's. Yeah.
Did they charge you?
They did, because I'm still paying for it today. Like they are always asking for something, right? But they get paid well.
How did you go? I feel like I'm skipping steps, and I want everybody to go read the book, The Glory in Your Story.
Yes,
but when
please.
you go from the kitchen to actually getting your products on the shelves, what were the steps? Like, what did you do? Like,
yeah, so my way of going into retail was not a traditional way. I started in 2014. We entered into retail in 2016, which number one is very rare for a brand, a small Black-owned business, to start and not have any type of momentum or leverage and to go into retail. So it was very risky, and my goal was to go into retail year 5. I wasn't even expecting to go into retail the year that we did. But we had built up so much momentum, and we had built up this great community, and it got the attention of the retailers. So our first retail partner was Sally Beauty, and they heard about us on social media. And of course, retailers, they want to be a part of brands that can add value to them. So you can't just go into a retailer saying, oh, I want to put my products on your shelf and expecting them to, do the marketing for you. You have to have something that you can bring value or add to their shelf. And we were a brand that was a disruptive brand, and it caught their attention, and then they called us to have a meeting with them. And it was so divine because when we got the call to have a meeting with Sally's, their headquarters is in Denton, Texas. We were actually there in Dallas for my daughter's gymnastics competition, so we were not there for any business meeting. And I actually almost turned down a meeting because we were there with our kids, and we're like, well, we don't have a babysitter to go into this corporate meeting. And they wanted us so bad, they were like, bring your kids to this meeting. So they were like 5 and 9 at the time.
Did they behave?
And they did. And I told them, like, you guys better not say anything. Go in there, sit with your hands folded, like, don't move, because this is a really big deal. And I went in there with no presentation, just talked about my love and passion for this space. And they tested us in 95 stores. And they said, we're going to test you out because you're a new brand, and we'll see how the brand goes. We launched in February, and every store that we were selling in sold out in less than 2 hours.
Wow. It was just because of social media?
It was just because of social media. Wow. Instagram at that.
Wow.
Yeah.
We're still kicking it with the founder and CEO of MyL Organics, Monique Rodriguez. Jess?
Why did you decide to sell it to P&G, Procter & Gamble?
Yeah, that's a great question. So when we decided to sell, it was all about scale and global infrastructure. When you are growing a brand, in order to scale, it's all about access to capital and having the great infrastructure and people to help execute your vision. And so the thing is, like, we didn't need to sell. We wanted to sell because we wanted to invest in innovation. We wanted to have global reach, and we wanted to be able to create more accessibility for the consumers that we serve. When you look at the texture hair care aisle, it's a small space. And our community, like, we complain that we don't have access to great products. And my whole goal from the very beginning of building MyL was to build a global empire. And I know that as founders, we did our best to take the brand as far as we could with our resources. And this is a normal trajectory of business. The goal of building a brand is to either IPO or exit. And I've accomplished that goal. And the great thing about it is I've been able to negotiate my contract to where I'm still on board. I'm still making the decisions. I'm still running the company. I still set the vision for it. So it's a very unique structure that, not everyone sees. And I know the community tends to be scared of brands that are acquired. But it's really a great win for us, especially as a Black brand, a Black girl from the South Side of Chicago, right? To even have the opportunity to have a conversation, a seat at the table with the conglomerate like a P&G is a huge win of it in itself, because we don't get opportunities like that often. We don't see it all the time. And, I wanted to show the possibilities of what's possible. Like, we can take the heat. Us as founders, I can take the heat of breaking glass ceilings, because I know that I'm also paving the way for my daughter's generation so she can build a brand and create something great and have a successful exit, because we build thriving communities. When we build brands, scale them, exit, we build generational wealth, not just for us, but for the community we serve.
Preach, Monique, but let me tell you something. One of the hardest things to do in life is to explain business to people who ain't got it.
Who don't understand business.
Yeah. That's right.
That's the hardest thing.
But
and I don't expect them to understand.
How did that affect your business, right? Because people see it differently. Where did you lose a lot of people? Were people hating on it? Did it mess business up? How did that affect y'all?
No, when we sold it, didn't mess business up. And that's the thing, like, when we made the announcement, I really took the time to try to educate the community on the why. Like, why businesses scale up, why, we become acquired, and it's to create generational wealth, and so we can have more access to help our community. So I put this whole message out to explain. And while we did have a huge amount of support from the community, I mean, like, the bigger you are, the more eyeballs are you. You're also going to have people that don't like it, that don't understand it. And I feel that if, there's so much access to information out here, right? So if you really want to know how business works, you can research it, right? And you can take the time to listen when someone's trying to educate you. And I say this all the time, ignorance is a choice.
That's right.
You can choose to be ignorant when you have information in front of you. And if you just choose to not pay attention to it, then that is your choice, and you have a right to your choice. But I'm going to choose to focus and educate those that want to be educated, that want to understand the why, and also those that want to start a business, have an idea, and what is the trajectory of that? I want to show that by example because it's not normal in our community. We have to normalize this because when I did my deal, it was, oh, you're a unicorn. Yeah, that's almost great, but it's not great because we don't want to be unicorns. We want this to be a normal conversation for us. And so it didn't hurt the brand. But, you know, I think it also comes with the territory. And I say this all the time. 2 things. If you don't want to be copied or criticized, then don't be great.
That's right.
I'm sure you saw the TikTok trends of people saying that they lost their hair after you did sell to P&G silently. You know, did they have something to do with the formula? They said this is not the same Mael. This is not the same formula. And people, you know, it was a lot of people saying that they had lost their hair behind it. What would you say to that?
Yeah, and you know, hair loss is, you know, traumatic in and of itself. And I can empathize with anyone that has suffered with hair loss. I myself have suffered with postpartum shedding, hair loss, right? And I think I want people to realize, like, this is the reason why I created the brand, right? I created this brand to serve women with healthier products for their hair. When I made the decision to partner with P&G, it was very intentional. A lot of thought went into the decision-making process. This was not a fly-by-night decision. You know, it was a lot of due diligence done on both ends, my end and their ends. And we have to realize, like, when you think of P&G, a lot of the products that are in our household are by P&G. They are a brand that's been around for hundreds of years that creates longevity, sustainability across generations with their brands. So I would never sell to a company that I knew that I thought would harm my creation. Like, Mael is my baby. Mael was birthed out of heartbreak. Like, this is something that's near and dear to my heart. I would never sell to a company that I thought was going to ruin, you know, my brand. So, and the thing is, like, people have to realize that I'm also a nurse. Right? Like, I lead with empathy. I lead with compassion. I lead with caring about the community that I serve. We would never put anything in our products that are going to damage or disrupt any woman's hair. And the people that are saying the formulas change, the formulas have not changed. You know, if people would actually take the time to see our products that were in 2020, right? And you look at now, since after the partnership, the formulas are still the same. So the thing is, like, misinformation, it spreads like wildfire. And people don't take the time to, like, do their homework and do their own due diligence before coming to their own assumptions. But I can confidently say that our products do not cause people's hair to fall out.
And also, people just be hating. You mean to tell me that after you get acquired by Procter & Gamble for an undisclosed amount, they know you got that cake, all of a sudden it's just all of these TikTok videos online, people saying, yeah, the product make my hair fall out all of a sudden?
Yeah, it came out of nowhere.
Come on, man.
And it's the same
we not
product.
Stupid here.
Yeah.
Come on.
And it's like, I use the products. My daughter, look at her hair. Her hair is beautiful. Like, my family uses the products. Like, this is, like, I don't take this lightly. And this partnership has always been led with honesty and transparency. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. What people also don't realize is that when you are a smaller brand, a lot of the things that you do can go under the radar because you don't have a lot of eyeballs on you, right? I've seen brands that are smaller that have products out and they don't even have the ingredients listed on their products, right? When you are a bigger brand, you can't do that. So the level of compliance and processes and the level of strictness that we had to be in compliant with to even talk to P&G, the safety regulations were, like, through the roof. So people have to understand, like, this is a large company. They operate with the highest level of safetiness, right? And they've even helped us operate even more safer. So people can trust, like, these products are good to use. Nothing has changed. We operate with the same level of integrity. Everything's the same, other than we just have access to more.
And you know what else I would like to see? All the brands that Procter & Gamble has, just my stuff makes your hair fall out, allegedly. The black woman owned product just makes your hair fall out.
Right, the black woman.
Procter & Gamble been around for years.
I would also say that every hair product's not for everybody. Like, what you use in your hair that might work for you or your daughter might not work for me or my daughter. You know what I mean? That doesn't mean that it's all in people's hairs are different.
The same,
like yours. Like, there's nothing that can work for yours.
All I'm saying is Procter & Gamble has been around forever and nobody's made those complaints. But now all of a sudden, come on, man.
Yeah, of course. We're still kicking it with Monique Rodriguez, the founder and CEO of Mael Organics. She has a new book, The Glory in Your Story. Charlamagne?
Do you think the black community puts too much pressure on black-owned businesses to be perfect, and they'll give grace to like other billion-dollar brands that don't ever even show up for us?
Oh, absolutely. Like, I mean, we can see it all the time. Like, we see millionaires, billionaires that build companies exit all the time, and we celebrate it.
That's the point of business, like you said earlier.
That's the point of business. But when a black person does it, like, we tear them down. And the thing is, like, we gotta choose our heart. We gotta pick our battles. We complain as a community that we have a lack of access to capital, mentorship, expertise. But then when we're trying to create these avenues of creating wealth so we can create access to capital, expertise, and mentorship, there has to be more of us to do it. Then we tear it down. So either you don't want the access, or then when we do get the access, you can't tear us down for getting that access. And that's why I say we gotta choose our heart as a community, because we can't have it both ways. Because what happens is we stifle our community when we tear black brands down for doing what other cultures do all the time. We stifle us because now it causes fear in investors. It causes strategics to say, oh, now you're more risky, so now I'm going to devalue you. So me, if I was a different culture, my value could have been more if that risk wasn't there. So all we're doing is we're setting ourselves back, because the next Monique Rodriguez that comes forward that tries to do this, they're going to ask the question, like, because they asked me, how is your community going to feel about this? Right? And now we have to come up with a whole strategic plan on how to relay this message in an educational way. When I asked them back, do you have to do this with any other cultures? Their response was no. So,
I need you to expound on that, Monique, because I think what you're speaking to is whenever something like this happens, right? Like, you know, you do get acquired by P&G, the backlash from social media can be so bad that it makes these companies be like, whoa, should we have done that situation? And they'll think about doing that, you know, to the next person.
Right. And that's why it's important that when black brands scale and are exited, we have to show up even more as a community to support those brands, because now they're looking at these brands as a case study. They're looking at Mael now as a case study of like what happens when you're acquired, and does the community still ride for you? Does the community still support you? And again, if we don't support and they start to see sales drop off, then it stifles opportunity for a next entrepreneur that wants to scale. And that's the part we have to realize. And again, to your point, we can't expect people that, you know, don't understand, that's not in business, to understand business. But again, like, we are creating platforms like this to help spread the word and to educate, right? We're taking the time to educate you. So you should say in your mind, I'm going to support this black founded brand. Like, let's not just say we support black owned. Let's also support black founded brands, right? Because we're all a community. We're all in this together. In order for us to create these thriving communities, we got to support us, right? Things that are made by us, created by us, not just owned by us. Because you should have the freedom and the opportunity to do whatever it is that you want to do with your brand. If you want to stay small and local, you have a purpose to serve. You should be able to do that. If you want to stay online and serve just online consumers, you should be able to do that. If you want to scale and exit and be acquired or IPO, you should have the freedom and flexibility to do whatever it is that you want to do with your brand without being criticized.
You know, I think there's a lot of people who feel like, well, a lot of founders get pushed out when the big money shows up, so they just want to make sure that y'all still calling the shots, and it's not just a black face on like a white boardroom.
Yeah, no, like, I'm on Zoom calls pretty much every day, still talking about Mael and product innovation and development and marketing and different events and activations and how we can show up for the community. So, you know, I mean, of course I am the face of the brand. I created the brand, but I'm more than just a face. I'm also the strategic vision behind it as well too. So I make the final decisions on everything that touches the consumers, and I do it because I made it that way. So we put like those safeguards in place to protect our brand, to protect our legacy.
And you built it with your husband. I'm sorry.
I was saying, and it frees up a lot more of your time, so you can do things like write your book, and then I'm sure delve into other business endeavors and things like that. Because what P&G also is like good partners for you. Like they take on the bulk of the other thing. You had to do all of this by yourself. At one point, you know, I'm sure you had a team, but that's the part that they take on as well. Like, they make it, I don't want to say easier, but a little bit more easier to run the whole ship.
Yeah, like, they free up a lot of my mental capacity, so I can like have the mental capacity to make the hard decisions, the decisions that matter. And you mentioned something about manufacturing. Like, we still manufacture our own products. So manufacturing was not even, P&G doesn't manufacture our products. That's what I'm saying. Like, everything is still the same.
Different.
Like, we still manufacture in Chicago, right where I'm from. So, yeah.
And you built it with your husband, right?
Yes. So my husband, we've been together since I was 16, known each other since we were 12 and 13. And so we've literally like grown up together. And when I had this dream, he supported it from the very beginning. Like, he operates from a very logistical finance operations mindset, and I'm the visionary, the creator. And like, when you just merge those two different sides of the brain, you know, skill sets, like, we've been able to build this, you know, amazing company and be this dynamic duo because, you know, we both add different value to the company and different skill sets.
A lot of people say don't mix business and marriage. What you say to that?
I say the wedding rings says it all.
That shit crazy.
Crazy.
Yours is too.
Thank you, girl. Thank you.
You said about mixing business.
Yeah, people say don't mix business with marriage. What do you think about that?
I mean, I think you have to know like what works for you in your marriage. Like, I've met some married couples that are like, well, we can't work together, and they're happier not doing so, and that's totally fine. I don't think there's no wrong or right answer. For us, it works well for us because, you know, the things that he does for the company, I honestly don't even want to do. And of course, he knew nothing about hair care and products, so he couldn't really operate in my space. And I think if you want to make it work, you have to like take your egos out of it. You know, you can't be in competition with your spouse. And my husband, he was always big on like pushing me to the forefront. He's like, listen, this is your time to shine. Women, you guys have been held back for so long. Like, I'm okay with putting you out there and letting you be at the forefront, and I'll just help and support you on the back end. And I just think that it takes a real man to say, you know what, I'm okay with being behind the scenes and you being out there, and I'm going to just support your vision. And him not feeling like, well, I'm the man, I'm the protector, like, you can't be out there. Like, he was very comfortable saying, I'm just going to support you. And he's done just that. And, you know, my mentor told me, she's like, there will be no Mael if it wasn't for you, Melvin and you, or you and like, you guys had to build this together. And, you know, I think it works for us. And you just have to know like what works for you and have respect for each other, respect each other's roles and lanes, and, you know, just be aligned with your vision.
And salute to Melvin. He's also a black man too.
He's also a black man. Yes.
So where did Rodriguez come from?
So his mom is Puerto Rican.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, how you black and he black, but all right, cool.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yes.
That's a great question.
Pick up the book right now. The Glory in Your Story.
Yes, man. Nice. You are an inspiration, Monique.
Thank you.
You and your husband, Melvin. I really respect what it is that y'all are doing and have done, and I wish and pray for much more success.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
It's Monique Rodriguez. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Let's get to the latest with Loren.
Loren becoming a straight fact.
She gets them from somebody that knows somebody.
She gets the details.
I'm the homegirl that knows a little bit about everything.
She be having the latest on you.
The latest with Lauren LoRosa.
Sometimes she have facts, sometimes she have details, sometimes she have a little bit of everything.
What was the latest?
On the Breakfast Club.
Talk to me.
Alrighty, y'all. So Diddy back in court again this week, but right now there's going to be some explosive testimonies today, including Capricorn Clark. That we will hear from a man named Lance.
Who is Capricorn Clark for people that don't know?
Capricorn Clark is a previous personal assistant of Diddy's, but she has come up. In this case, in this hearing, almost every single day that I've been there, because she was around and has witnessed so much. She is the woman that Kid Cudi alleges called her and said, hey, Diddy's at your house. She's the woman that is alleging that Diddy made her get in the car with him to go to Kid Cudi's house. She was, you know, the person that knew about the burner phone that Cassie talked about that she would talk to Kid Cudi on. She knows a lot of the things. And everyone has mentioned her. So now we will finally get to hear from her about her testimony, her experiences. But before we get there today, Diddy's team, Brian Steele, his attorney, is actually asking for Kid Cudi's testimony to be thrown out. What he's saying is that...
Why?
Because, so they're saying that it's unfair and it's legally irrelevant. They're saying, number one, that there's no proof of what Kid Cudi is saying, that everything is his opinion or what he believes. But there's no evidence, there's no confession from Diddy, and there's no actual receipts.
There's no evidence, but it was a car that was blown up.
So I'm get to that part. So they're also saying that because he has no personal knowledge of of seeing Diddy there himself.
No eyewitness.
It's all speculation. Now, to answer your question, you're talking about a car was blown up, so there should be DNA. There should be all these things, right? That's what you're asking?
No, that's not what I'm asking.
Well, if a car, what Diddy's team is saying is if a car is blown up and you're going to say that Diddy was lying to you, because remember Kid Cudi said, I asked him about it and I knew he was lying to me. He said that on the stand. If you're going to say that, you need something hard to back that up.
Pause.
Exactly. To back it up. So you need you need something more. Like, we need more evidence. We can't just go off of what you think happened because of all these events that you just put together and said, you know what, he has to be responsible for it. That's what they're saying. Now, getting to the car. So Lance Jimenez, he is a City of LA Fire Department arson investigator. So he's going to get on the stand and testify to responding to the car arson of Kid Cudi's. And they're going to get into this whole DNA conversation because Brian Steele, when Kid Cudi was on the stand, tried to get to the point that there was DNA found on a bottle in the car on Kid Cudi's Porsche that was blown up, and there was DNA evidence on that bottle that linked to a woman.
That makes no sense to me because I saw people keep saying that on social media, and I'm like, what, y'all thought that Diddy threw the car, the bottle himself?
That's what I was going to say. You really think you're going to see, you think Diddy got out, cut open the top, and then dropped it in there?
You think Diddy got his hands dirty?
Like, come on.
Like, that's what y'all really think happened?
I mean, I think they're leaning into one of those, well, for Diddy's team, they're going to lean into if the glove don't fit. Like, if you don't have the physical evidence that puts him there at the crime doing it, then what are we even talking about right now?
That's true. Unless it's a woman that comes out and says, hey, I was paid by Diddy to do X, Y, Z.
Then that's a whole nother conversation. Now, here's the thing. So when the arson detective or investigator gets on the stand, the government is asking the judge to not allow Brian Steele, Diddy's attorney, to even be able to bring up that DNA. And the reason why they're asking that is because they're saying that even though he'll be able to testify that he responded and there were reports taken, he, according to this document that they submitted, the investigator says that they only recovered partial female DNA, and he can't speak to what partial female DNA even means. They also say that he did not personally collect the swabs, he didn't perform the testing himself, and he has no personal knowledge regarding the testing other than what was included in the report. And they're saying that the report basically is like, it's not a full report, so it doesn't talk about any other DNA that would have been possibly found. And they're alleging that this bottle could have went through multiple hands before it got to the car, where then, the car was blown up. So
was it a Ciroc bottle?
It just said like a glass, like
was it a De Leon bottle?
They didn't say that. If it would have been that would have been crazy.
Yeah, it wouldn't have did that. I'm sure, and I'm sure Diddy didn't do it himself. So all the DNA just makes no sense. Like Charlamagne said, unless somebody's gonna come out and say Diddy paid me to do that, like this is.
I'll tell you one thing though, I'm surprised Diddy team ain't raising hell about Capricorn Clark taking the stand.
But that starts today, right?
Capricorn Clark gonna bring it. I'm telling y'all right now.
People are, if you've been paying attention to this case, even though you might not know her as like a celebrity name, people are really looking forward to her testimony because she has a lot that she can speak to. They're going to want to lean into conversation about his Diddy's alleged jealous rages that he would go when it came to Cassie, the Kid Cudi stuff that we just talked about. There were instances with the woman Gina that Diddy used to date, that another personal assistant said that he witnessed that made him allegedly quit, and he said he went to Capricorn Clark and told her, hey, I'm quitting because this is what I just saw. So Capricorn Clark is a very important witness for both sides because she has seen a lot, and if you can debunk a lot of what she's going to say, you can prove either Diddy right or wrong. And if you can get her on the stand and she fills in a lot of the holes that we've been hearing.
She was Diddy's assistant, right?
She was, one of Diddy's. He had like 4 or 5 assistants, but she was one. It seems like she was like the go-to for a lot of things. She also, there were conversations that Cassie mentioned on the stand where she was involved in like the whole like escorts and getting them to different places allegedly and all these things. So
did we ever find out if these people who are testifying for prosecution are getting immunity?
So I was told by a source that there are conversations about that. And then one of the personal assistants that was on the stand, his name was George Kaplan. He said, I don't want to be here. I still love Diddy, even though this is a very complicated relationship. And they asked him, well, why are you here? Are you receiving some sort of like immunity? He didn't say yes, definitely, but he said that there was a conversation with his attorney, but he couldn't recall the conversation. That is the closest I've gotten to an answer.
If you're giving all these people immunity, of course they're going to say what they want to say because they're not going to be charged, right? Yeah. They're more likely to represent for the prosecution team than the defense if you're going to give me immunity.
Yes and no, because I mean, if you're immune, you just say whatever. Who's going to do something to you?
You know what I was wondering too? How many of these people were actually Diddy's co-defendants, but then they flipped before trial? Because you know it's a RICO, right? So when it's a RICO, it got to be more than one person. I wonder how many of these people were actually his co-Ds, but then they decided to give testimony against him.
Well, I would assume a lot, even with Cassie. I mean, anybody that's involved. Maybe CC with Capricorn Clark, maybe James Cruz, whatever.
CC's Capricorn Clark.
Oh,
CC and KK.
Who's KK?
Christina.
It's too many KKs, CCs.
It's a lot of. He had a lot
when
of big.
When is Booty gonna hit the stand though?
Who?
Booty.
Because the booty ain't hit the stand. It's only
Not
week
me
3.
Googling. I want to Google booty witness thing. Like, did I miss a witness? Don't drive me crazy.
You had Punisher on the stage. You had, what's the other one's name on the stage?
That was Booty, yeah.
That was Booty.
Yeah, but that's the booty that just was there to participate. I'm talking about the booty that got penetrated. I know that's coming soon.
Christina Karan is another person that's KK, and then CC is Capricorn Clark. And you really had me looking up booty because I'm like, well, how did I miss booty?
How did I miss booty?
There's more to this because Dawn Richard, you guys remember she took the stand?
Yes.
Now, Q from Making the Band has come out with some claims against her and all of this as well.
Did
too.
Q
But
tell us why he was crying? Yet?
He did tell us why he was crying, but we need to bring it back in the next hour because there's audio and I want to make sure that we can play. But he finally revealed why he was crying about Puff and why he was up allegedly and why. Remember he was up here. He said y'all gonna find out later. He didn't want to talk about it. Yeah. So we'll get into it at the top of the next hour.
All right. We'll get to that next. Charlamagne, who you giving your booty to, your donkey to?
Shut up. Before after the hour, we need a couple of young brothers, Joshua Thomas Coleman and Abdul Boyd, to come to the front of the congregation. We'd like to have a word with them.
All right. We'll get to that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
You're checking out The Breakfast Club.
Charlamagne, say the gang, don't get other Charlamagne.
You are a donkey. It's time for Donkey of the Day.
Donkey of the Day does not discriminate.
I might not have the song today, but I got the donkey of the day.
So if you ever feel I need to be a donkey, man, hit it with the heat.
Yeah, it's The Breakfast Club, bitches.
Who's Donkey of the Day today?
Donkey of the Day for Tuesday, May 27th goes to Joshua Thomas Coleman and Abdul Boyd. They are the two suspects charged in connection with the fatal shooting of Kadir Johnson, more commonly known as LGP Qua. Okay, let me tell you something, man. LGP Qua is a young brother that a lot of us followed on social media. A lot of us reposted. You know, we've talked about him here on the Breakfast Club.
From Philly.
He's from Philly. Mm-hmm. Yes, he was a breath of fresh air, a young man who had the moniker, the voice of the youth, and all he did was rap about things of socially redeeming value. Okay, all he did was rap about the realities of the street. But more importantly, how if these young brothers didn't change their ways, they would end up dead or in jail. Play something from LGP Qua, right?
Colin Kaepernick, I support you. Hands down, taught us how to stand up. Why you think we kneel down? Valentine's Day turned to a massacre when shots through. 17 people got killed in Florida high school. Tell these little girls you a queen, that's the right move. More than like the twerking on the gram and getting likes, boo. Time to stop the hating. Time to make improvement now. Time to stop the killings and shootings and all the suicide. From the city, brotherly love, you know it's do or die. Time to come together, stick together like a unibrow. I don't sell my soul cause my pride won't allow it. I ain't selling drugs, no, I'm just giving knowledge.
Dropping the clues bombs for LGP Qua. It's just one of those killings that literally makes you understand and realize why you just gotta stay dangerous, because it doesn't matter what you on. You can be presenting the best energy in the world. You can be a super positive person, and there will be somebody out there miserable, ready to take your life simply because they hate their own. Can we go to Fox 29 Philly for the report, please?
Right now, new developments in the murder of a beloved Philadelphia rapper. Police arresting two suspects in the Mother's Day murder of rapper Kadir Johnson, known as LGP Qua. And they're looking for a third person. Police say this man right here, 21-year-old Amir Early, is wanted for his alleged involvement in that May 11th shooting. Police say Joshua Thomas Coleman and Abdul Boyd, both 19 years old, are in custody and under arrest, charged with the rapper's murder.
Qua did nothing but speak out against gun violence. He did nothing but promote positivity in Philly, and y'all robbed and killed him on Mother's Day. I was told they robbed him over a chain. Okay, three of y'all, Joshua Thomas Coleman, Abdul Boyd, and they're searching for a third suspect named Amir Early. You all robbed and killed a young man who was just trying to make it out the hood, okay, like you young brothers are. Okay, in fact, you killed a young man who I guarantee would have came up and came back for so many other young brothers in Philadelphia. I do not understand why we are so hell-bent on hurting the people God sent to help us. And over a chain? By the way, I don't know if it was over a chain. I'm just repeating what my Philly folks told me, but whatever it was over, it wasn't something that was going to change our lives. Okay, you all are charged with murder. And in Philly, the penalty for murder ranges from life without parole to the death penalty. Okay, you both are 19 years old. Amir is 21. Life as you know it is over. You will never be anything more than a number in a system. And I don't understand what these kids be thinking. What do they know about prison that we don't know? Okay, smart people learn from their own mistakes. Wise people learn from the mistakes of others. Have we not seen enough people go to prison forever to know we don't need to be out here just killing each other? You taking a life and throwing your life away for what? I wonder, did they even know who Qua was? If you knew who Qua was and still took his life knowing that he was just a positive brother who genuinely wanted better for you, then I really have zero remorse for you. Okay, F him, let the white man sort it out, because there's no saving lost souls like y'all. I know we have conversations about rehabilitation, but they got to rehabilitate in prison. They don't ever deserve freedom. Okay, Qua would never breathe again. He got murdered at 30. At 30, I was just figuring life out. I was literally just getting started and entering the best times of my life. I wasn't even married at 30. My first daughter was born 2 days before my 30th born day. You know how much life I've lived from 30 to now? I'll be 47 next month, and I thank God that he blessed me with the opportunity to see those years. And I pray for at least 47 more. I actually need 54 more. Okay, I need to die at 101. I actually read something yesterday that by 2030, humans could be immortal with the help of nanobots that'll make us all immune to diseases. I don't think I want to live forever, because I'm sure God has another adventure for my soul. But I want you to think about this. Qua will never get to experience any of that because he's deceased. So Joshua, Abdul, soon to be Amir, when they catch you, because they're going to catch you, y'all don't deserve freedom ever again, because you let your darkness turn someone's lights out. You let your negativity, your problems steal someone else's joy, someone else's enthusiasm. Took a mother's child away on Mother's Day. You deserve the worst of what your judicial system has to offer, because I am truly sick of us being our own worst enemy, and I will never understand why we hurt people who are just simply trying to help. Please give Joshua Coleman and Abdul Boyd the biggest hee-haw. In a minute early, you might as well turn yourself in.
Yeah.
I don't even know where the hell you think you going. Okay. Like you might as well just go ahead and turn yourself in.
But say judicial again, real quick.
Judicial.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Slow it down next time.
Spell it.
JUDICIAL. Don't play with me.
Don't play with me.
I don't think that's how you spell it.
It is.
It is.
I'm not sure.
Judicial.
The only reason I don't trust it because you spelled it.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, he tried it.
Wow.
He tried it.
You spelled it right. All right.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for that donkey of the day. Mm-hmm. Now let's open up the phone lines. This conversation started from behind the scenes. We were talking this morning. 800-585-1051. I don't know. Call Loren. Now Loren is catching a little bit of heat, right?
For what? Her wigs?
No, in the back.
What? What are you talking about? When that crackhead ran up on her?
No, man. No, man.
What are you talking about?
Lauren is catching a little heat. You know, Lauren goes to the courthouse each and every day. She's a journalist, so she reports what's going on at the Diddy trial, and she's out there and she's doing things. But on the weekend, Lauren, she'll go to the beach. She'll wear a bikini. Yes. She'll go out. She'll have a good time. She'll be twerking. She does what she wants to do.
Because she have a life. Because she has a life.
Okay.
So the question is 800-585-1051.
You get on my nerves. And he'd ignored it.
Does what you wear off the clock affect how people see your professionalism?
Well, if it's a leather bikini in the DR, yes.
You had a
leather bikini in the DR.
First of all, it was leather shorts in the DR with a nice top, and
it was 107 degrees.
So people are mad that you.
They not mad that it was leather. They mad because I boobs.
Brown girl chafing. So you wear leather in the. Was that from the brown girl chafing?
You were at home all weekend for Memorial Day getting that ready. You couldn't wait.
So the question is 800-585-1051.
Dominicans don't even do that.
People are mad at Loren because on the weekend she went out there, she had a bikini on, she was out there having a good time, and people were saying it's not professional.
It was leather.
That's not what you should be doing. You're a journalist. You're going to be in court today, and people look at you a little differently.
Oh, that's why they was mad?
And when we talked about it behind the scene, which really sparked my interest, was Morgan that does front page news. She got pissed. Morgan was like, no, you can twerk what you want to twerk on the weekend. It's your body. You can do what you want to do. If y'all fellas want to go out there and wear a bathing suit, it's cool. When you got your shirt off, we can see your nipples. What?
Why would you be a guy in a bikini on the beach? That's gay.
I mean, that's what you want to do. Like, she came in here with pajamas on today. She can do what she wants.
That is very true.
And that today was I'm tired. You know what I mean? But I'm going to court and I'm looking. Also, two people have an issue with me going to court looking nice. I look nice everywhere I go. What's that? You're just upset that the content is a little more consistent right now.
I thought they was mad because you had on leather in the DR, and I thought that was justified.
No, baby.
I thought that anger and outrage was
Let's open up the phone lines. 800-585-1051. Since Loren is a journalist, she's at court every day. Do you have a problem with her on the weekend wearing a bikini? Or wearing provocative clothes, or twerking on somebody? Can she have both?
They also was talking about they was like, your boobs not asymmetrical. I said, you also used to not seeing real ones. Y'all don't know
what you mean they're not asymmetrical.
What does asymmetrical mean?
They don't
like
match.
your boobs,
One is a little bigger than the other.
They all that's
they look
natural.
like Forrest Whitaker eyes is what they were saying.
This guy's crazy. 800-585-1051. Let's discuss.
Yo, you look like a big toe. Can you just relax?
It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Pull out your phone. Call in right now. Call me. Add your opinion to the Breakfast Club topic. Break it down. 800-585-1051. The Breakfast Club.
Steady calling my phone.
It's topic time. Call 800-585-1051 to join into the discussion with the Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Now, if you're just joining us, people were upset with Loren LoRosa, our very own. Reason being is Loren LoRosa being caught. She's a journalist. And when they see her on the weekends, you know, she has a bikini on. She's dressed in a little provocative. She's out. She's twerking. She's doing her thing. And people are upset about that.
So what they're saying is they think she should take journalism a little bit more serious?
That's what they're saying. They're saying that she should cover up.
It's not classy.
It's not professional. It's not classy.
Don't start selling your body because you're starting to make it.
Oh my God. God forbid you put on a little outfit and you support black business.
Yeah.
Because that's what you're doing.
Because it was a whole HBCU weekend. It's DR. What am I supposed to have on?
I'm talking about the clothes that you wear.
Now, first of all, before we get to any of this,
shout out to the Plastics NYC. Those were the leather shorts that I was wearing.
That makes no sense to wear leather in the DR. Can we at least admit to that before we just judge people and act like the critique of Loren is so bad?
They weren't focused on the leather. Only you are. They didn't even know leather.
Bikini on?
No,
a leather bikini, man.
It was not a bikini. I was at a party. It was shorts. They were leather cut shorts.
It was
like Daisy
daytime.
Dukes.
He was on stage. With
It was
somebody
nighttime. It was a 2000s party. Shout out to Memorial Day Getaway that me and Young Jock hosted. It was nighttime.
Even in the 2000s, they was not wearing leather on the beach.
All right.
Well, what you say?
The question is 800-585-1051. I guess people are saying that they feel like you should be being more professional. And we have Cece on the line. Cece, good morning. Cece, good morning.
Good morning. I just want to say this is my third time getting through to the Breakfast Club. I have great phone service.
Oh, hey, Cece. So what's your comment? What's your thought, Cece?
So what I was saying was, if she was at the beach, then people should mind their business. But I mean, if she was just out to dinner with friends or something like that, then yeah, I think she should cover up. Because like women, clothing was generally like back in the day was modest. They covered their arms, legs, and you know sometimes their hair. You know,
she covered her head.
Like,
she keep a protective style on that head
now. I know, right?
What about leather? What about leather on the beach?
I don't know about leather on the beach.
That's all I'm saying.
I wasn't on the beach in leather.
So, but even if Cece, you feel like she should dress a little more professional when she's out and about?
Not if she's at the beach. That's why I'm saying she's at the beach. Come on now.
But
what about if it's
just said
summer
out to dinner with friends?
Yeah, what if it's summertime? It's 100 degrees in New York. I can't wear shorts and a tank top because I have a job.
Yeah, shorts and a tank top to cover the bottom of your butt cheek, and the tank top that at least covers the side of where your
side boob.
Your skin is showing.
But I just feel like I'm one of those people that maybe I know everybody. This is new and people are just now getting to know me and stuff. But like, I mean, I've been looking how I look. I don't know, maybe because I don't sit up here with y'all old people.
Hey, watch your mouth.
Jess understands. Like, we're young. Like, this is, what am I supposed to do? I'm not out here like flashing y'all on my Instagram.
Oh, because listen, even out the dinner with my friends, I'm definitely showing this. What's up?
First of all, what makes you think that it's older people that are critiquing you?
I think it's you know what a lot of it came from. What I started feeling was it was a lot of black women, and then it was an age gap. It was.
First of all, I don't like how you said black women just now.
Well, I mean,
what do you mean? Why you say age gap? How do you know their age? I'm serious. I don't know.
Because I was seeing just some of the comments, and I got DMs from some women, and I got to go look at their pages, and not all. It was so many people, and then blogs picked up the pictures too. So the people were arguing on the blogs, they were arguing on Twitter. So I couldn't see everything, but the people who directly DM me, and like, I think that they feel like it's with love, but it's like, what do you want me to do? But they were older black women who were just like, look, we love you. We really like protect what you have going on. We want you to just basically present a certain way so that people receive you a certain way.
Yo, I ain't gonna hold you. I don't know where you're like not like where you're not dressed. Like they act like you be having your ass and your boobs out every day. Like I've never seen. I dressed a little bit more skimpier than you, and I dare somebody say something to me. But you, I've never even seen you wear nothing out like that.
And you know, I think that was a bit of it too.
It don't make sense to me.
Because most of the time y'all see me, I'm here. I'm not dressing like that here.
I dress like she goes out.
Yes, I'm always dressed like that when I go
like,
out.
Where stuff hanging out. See, I must.
And people always so shocked when they see me. They be like, "Oh shoot!"
But you
I've
out.
been on the HBCU run with her. I've been like, she dresses like that all the time.
But that's when she out in the streets. I'm sorry, not out in the street, but when you in the street,
it's fine.
Like you can.
I've been in court. What are they saying exactly?
They don't like the fact.
I need to. If they're saying you look ridiculous sometimes,
they don't like the fact
understand.
that they don't like the fact.
But if they're just saying you dress skimpy, I don't get that.
Nobody wears ridiculous.
That's what you understand. What?
Ridiculous is crazy.
What is it? Are they saying you dress too skimpy? Because I don't see.
It's skimpy. The boobs are out. They were just shocked to see me in shorts so short. A lot of people didn't know I was as tall. I need to cover up.
I think people see her doing the
post
things. And they see her as a professional journalist. She's classy. She's dressed up.
I'm not classy because my boobs are out.
But then when they see on the weekend is Luke music on.
But this just had to be recent. It had to be recent because Diddy only been in court for 2 weeks.
That's what I'm saying.
So this is new.
I just want the record to show.
The what?
I told you looked ridiculous. I told you that you looked ridiculous the first day of the court case.
No. They not even talking about that. You just wanna. Yo, you got one more.
Hello?
This is not for you, okay?
What? What? Hello?
Hello?
Hey, what's your name?
What's going on? Shahi from Jersey City.
Oh, boy. What's up, man? What's your thoughts, brother?
All right, before I start, I want to say good morning to y'all.
Good morning.
All right, so check it out, right? The thing is about image is when you project a certain image out into the world, if you project professionalism, that's what people is going to see. If you project ratchetness, that's what people is going to see. If you project both, people are going to be confused. So you always want to project professionalism because that's what people want to see you as a professional. It's hard for people to then double you down as ratchet when your professional attitude, your professional image, and your professional character is shining more than anything else. That has to be your light, the professionalism. The darkness has to be your ratchetness, which should be shown behind camera. So do what you want to do, but don't post it. You should post the professionalism. That way people can only see you as the professional. Don't let them see the darkness. Because people judge you for the darkness.
So you should dim your light because people judge you. Is what he's saying.
I just want to know what's a professional beach attire because I was also
not leather.
That was a shut up. That was a job. He's still on here. Okay, because I want to know in Newark. He from Newark. Jersey City, wherever you. What is professional beach attire? Because I was also booked to be there, so I'm at work, so I have to post. I have to look apart. I have to be at these events. What do y'all want me in? Y'all want me looking like Hey Arthur on the beach?
Yo, and you can promote all of that. You can because you still have a personality. Brown girl grinding been a thing since before Diddy decided he wanted to go to court. Like that's you've been you, and it's okay for you to be a journalist with personality. Because you're not just a robot. You're not just your job. You're a bunch of different things. I don't even like what he's talking about. You from Jersey City, boy.
And do you know if you wear leather on the beach, people will think you're an alligator? That's dangerous.
Man, let's go. Let's take some more calls when we come back.
You stuck on this one outfit. Shout out to the plastics NYC.
I
wasn't on the beach.
All right, if you're just joining us,
I was going to a party.
LoRosa got a lot of heat this weekend because people are saying that she She's professional. She's doing the Diddy court. She's at court every day. But on the weekend, boy, she was turning up. And people are upset about that.
This is crazy. This is just like, she's in the DR.
And
she's
it's nighttime.
turning
You
up.
see
This
that?
is a
That's
party.
not the beach.
If you're just joining us, LoRosa's catching some heat. She does the Diddy trial each and every day. She's actually about to leave in a second to head over to the Diddy trial. But on the weekend, she was out and about in the DR. She had a bikini on. She was showing a lot of stuff.
Hosting beach parties. She was also hosting.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? If it's 107 degrees, what you expect for me to do?
Now, people are upset a little bit and saying that that's not professional. They want her to be more professional. They want her to act like a journalist and act like she works for one of these huge companies.
Damn, Monday through Friday, okay.
I told Loren this already. I did have somebody reach out to me and said, they actually said to me that Loren should decide whether she wants to be an influencer or a journalist.
I think those days are dead.
Yeah,
I do too.
I think I want you guys to understand that, and just in the first week of me covering the Diddy trial, the way that I've been doing it, which honestly is just me turning on my camera and telling people how I feel. I've had the Wall Street Journal reach out to me. I've had NBC News 4 in New York reach out to me several times, and we're working on something right now. I've had BBC. I've had the biggest
BBC.
Because shut up.
You did not say you had BBC at the Diddy trial. That's what they doing. That's what they doing.
BBC. I said, wow.
No, not like the news outlet, not the like.
They're like Punisher. Come here.
But a lot of those platforms say to me they like what I do because they can't do it.
They're focused on the work.
And I've never been that girl. That's why I've always said I don't know after I left my last job where I would work, because this is how I am and it's not changing.
I believe that if they want professionalism, they go to Brown Girl Grinding. That is your brand. You do nothing but what aligns with your brand there. And then they want a little bit more personality. They go to Loren LoRosa. That's it.
All right. We got, hello, who's this?
Hi, it's Tay.
Tay, what's your thoughts, Tay?
So I'm kind of in the middle because I'm a stay-at-home mom, but I volunteer in my kids' school, and I'm on the parent board, and I sit on different, I have different titles at the school. So the administrators and the staff and everything, they look at me a certain type of way. They uphold me to a certain standard. So I remember one day recently, I came up to my daughter's school to pick her up, and it was kind of warm, so I had on a spaghetti strap-like shirt. And you could see all of my tattoos. I have tattoos on my arms, on my chest. And they weren't mad, but they were looking at me like, oh, wow, Mrs. Hooks, like, we didn't know you were like that. They're looking at me like a goody two-shoes. So I'm going to say that, yes, what you wear outside of work does have an effect on your image, but that's not our fault. That's society's fault. It's how they view you, and it's not how you should view yourself. So, yes, like I said, I'm in the middle. Yes, I agree that it affects your image, but it shouldn't. Society shouldn't just put you in a box like, oh, I'm a journalist, I have to dress like a journalist 24/7. No, I have a life outside of this job that I do.
Right.
Period.
Thank you, Mama.
What I realize is, like, people are not used to, like, normally you see a journalist, there's no shade to the other journalists, girlies, y'all know I love y'all, but normally you see journalists and, like, they're not coming how I'm coming. When I dress a different way.
You trying to say they ugly?
No, I'm just saying that, like,
They don't look as good as you?
No, what I'm saying is that where I
They don't have a body like you? What you trying to say?
Can you be quiet?
Just see
before
fair
I
east
get
side.
into
Fair east side. And y'all got mad.
Yes.
Y'all got mad at me.
Like,
but
I'm
here
about
we
to
go.
wrap my hair up because you're getting on my nerves. What I'm saying is that my background is a lot different than these other girls. I come from runway. I've always been modeling.
What runway, girl?
Delaware got an airport.
What runway?
What Delaware got an airport?
You mean highway? What runway? Yes, what runway? What runway? She said runway. You will never know America's Next Top Model, girl.
I actually auditioned 3 times for that.
And what happened? They sent you home as they should have. What you mean? Seriously, what runway? I'm not even joking.
I just want Fashion Week for Meth Eater magazine. I do
Meth
that.
Eater?
Yeah, it's a huge. You sound old.
I don't know. Talk to us.
Meth Eater is a new media brand for, like, the new girls. So, like, all the new female rappers go through there. Their fashion show is a big deal, and I opened runway. Like, I do this. Is what I'm saying.
Told us that she was doing New York Fashion Week. You just didn't believe her.
What I'm saying is,
why would I? But listen to me. Listen to me.
Yeah, finish what you were saying.
I don't even know what this is about. I'll be honest with you.
It's not about leather shorts.
that was ridiculous.
You know what I think it's about? People can't. What I was trying to get to is people can't understand duality. I can be good at my job.
Yes,
I can read. I might stutter a little bit. I can read, but I can also present well. And everywhere I go, I'm dressed nice. So if that's your issue, y'all really need to unfollow me because I'm cute and I know it's nothing I can do. Like, what do you want me to do? Be you?
Me and fantastic.
Hell no, don't be her.
Me and me are fantastic.
I don't know. You want me to show up looking like a thumb?
I agree with you 1,000%, Loren. You should be able to do what you want to do, how you want to do it.
Yes.
You present yourself in court a different way. You're on a beach. I don't know what you want her to wear on the beach.
But even if I'm out in New York in the summertime,
if you
y'all
want to go out and you want to have a good time, that's what you want to do. You don't have to dress up to prove or to satisfy anybody out there. They can all SMD. You make yourself happy, and whatever makes you happy, F everybody else.
I will say, to me, professionalism isn't about attire.
Correct.
It's based on your work. Because I see people who will praise Mark Cuban for coming to a meeting in a t-shirt, but they want somebody else to be in a suit.
Correct.
But the reason they don't mind Mark Cuban being in a t-shirt because Mark Cuban has already shown up and Mark Cuban has delivered results time after time. So I just think that's what it's about. You got to really be looked at as a professional, you have to show up and consistently and constantly do the work.
But you know what? I think the days of certain professionalism being in attire are just gone. Like even the way I talk, that gets critiqued all the time. The way I talk, like this, all of that stuff. I think that the reason why y'all even care, y'all arguing about my leather, my whatever, is because I'm cutting through, and I'm cutting through because I'm not dumbing myself down. I'm being myself, and you seeing the results, and that's all it is. And people don't understand that, and it's okay if you don't understand.
You got to hit the creep video. You got to hit the creep dance before you go.
Yeah, I was gonna say you wear pajamas.
You got the pajamas on.
Shout out to the Plastics NYC.
It's giving sleeping beauty.
Yeah.
You wearing pajamas to court today?
And I had to let my hair breathe. I was just like, let me get the girls a little bit of
yours?
Yes.
Yes.
Stop. What?
Listen, and for people who don't understand,
you want to say something so bad.
What you mean?
Say it. What you want to say?
That's what I was trying to cut it off.
Yeah, he was trying to find something, but go ahead.
But you know what? You do take it serious, yo. You really do take this stuff serious, and that's what I want people to see. Yo, she do. She takes it very serious.
I was gonna say the runway that she walked is right there with that widow peeking.
Oh my goodness! All right, we got the ladies.
I can't walk that runway.
What we talking about?
You could never.
You
could never. Them little fat feet. You could never.
Ma'am,
that's why you in them slides all the time.
What we talking about?
Yes, we're going back to Diddy.
Yes,
and well, really, it's Dawn Richard and Q from Day 26. There's a conversation about why he was crying and upset. He alleges he was drugged and I don't know
some other things.
We'll get to that next. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Let's get to the latest with Loren.
Loren be coming with straight facts.
She gets them from somebody that knows somebody.
She gets the details.
I'm the homegirl that knows a little bit about everything.
She be having the latest on this.
The latest with Loren LoRosa.
Sometimes she have facts, sometimes she have details, sometimes she have a little bit of everything.
Well, it's the latest.
On the Breakfast Club.
Talk to me.
So, Q of Day 26, they were on Making the Band 4. He has finally come out and had a conversation about why he was so upset and crying in a lot of his interviews talking about Diddy and that whole conversation. Yeah. And he is making some really huge allegations against Dawn Richard. Let's take a listen.
My ex at the time, which was Dawn, she gave me an ecstasy pill. Yeah, she said it was ecstasy, and she said it was from Puff to give to me. And it was red. And I took it because I thought I was going to get freaky with my girlfriend. And I trusted her that that's what it was. So I took it immediately, and she had one too. He gave her 2 of them. I took mine. Within like 20 minutes, I knocked out and blacked out. I woke up in the twins' bedroom in the basement, and I woke up out of my sleep screaming very, very loud.
Who are the twins?
Diddy's twins. His girls. Yeah, I woke up in their bed. 2 cameras filming me, and they were laughing as I woke up out of my sleep, screaming. And I'm not going to cry.
Okay.
It felt very sacrificial. That's what I meant when I said I felt like they were trying to hurt me or Diddy was trying to maybe sacrifice me that night.
Now, when Q was up here, y'all remember that we almost kind of got to the Diddy conversation because we were asking, did they experience anything? And he was like,
very triggering for him.
Yeah, very triggering. He didn't want to talk about it. Then they went on, I believe it was Vlad TV, and he broke down. But now we finally have some more details. And that comes from the Amy and TJ podcast, Amy Robach and TJ Holmes. They have this series that they're doing with Aubrey O'Day called Covering the Diddy Trial.
Yep.
So he was a guest. Now, those allegations are big. It's kind of crazy to hear it. Dawn actually had to come out and respond because people were like, hold on. With everything else that's going on, I don't think people
he
even...
was just on the stand.
Yes.
You know what
So Dawn came out and said that, she wants to be clear. She has never drugged anyone or given anybody any pills. The suggestion that she did so is categorically false. If such a belief were genuine, it would be inconsistent with the actions that followed, such as inviting me into your home, introducing me to your younger sisters and family, and continue a relationship with me. It would also be inconsistent with choosing to attend social events without me, engaging with individuals I had previously expressed concerns about, and continuing to live with or provide favors to those same individuals. Many of these actions occurred while I was not present or even in contact with you. Throughout our time together, even after our separation, I made a conscious decision to not share or disclose private matters or the circumstances surrounding the end of our relationship to protect you. And she put you in caps. I did this out of respect for you and your family.
That's interesting because she's doing the same thing to Q that people are doing to Cassie. Like, why would you stay with a person after they do something,
right?
Heinous to you? But I don't know what's true and what's not. I'm just saying it's interesting that that's the route she took.
Yeah. So Dawn Richard also took the stand in Diddy's trial, and when she testified, she spoke in support of Cassie for the most part. So I just want to make sure that that's clear. But yes, people are doing that to Cassie.
And she did that to Q just now.
Yes, and that's exactly.
If I did that to you, then why would you meet me? Why would you your family? Blah blah blah. Like that's not right.
Yeah.
I just think it's crazy that she took the stand and nobody brought up the fact that she had just worked with Diddy. She's on the last album,
the Love album.
I thought they did bring that up.
They didn't get to. They brought up her being in contact with him after leaving the whole Diddy situation in 2011, but they didn't specifically bring up the Love album. And I did ask why did they not, and I was told they don't know. But so that happened. So maybe that's a bit more of an explanation for people. But
crazy.
Picking up spirits.
Pray for that brother Q.
Yeah, because
sure.
Picking up the spirits. Pick up the spirits.
Picking up the spirits. Travis Hunter married his fiance Leanna Lene. They got married on Saturday, and did y'all see the video of him dancing at the reception?
I did.
He seems so happy. I feel so bad for him.
He seems happy. I love it.
Oh my God, he seems like
life.
such a good kid. There was also a video that went viral of him this weekend of he was like walking by a backyard, and a kid was like doing football training or like runs, and he stops him and kind of like, and the kid is like, oh my God. But he gives his new wife a G-Wagon, and they're just having a good time. The wedding was beautiful, but people are having a conversation about whether or not he got a prenup. There have been reports that he has no prenup.
Why are people so invested in a relationship?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I think it's just because of all of the stuff that went viral leading up to the wedding. But I'm like, man, this boy can't catch a break because that has become the conversation around whether he should have a prenup or not with this woman, because there are reports that he does not have one. But
look, if he don't want one, he don't want one.
Word.
Don't let it. I know he's young and all that, whatever. If he don't want one and his mother not the person to talk to him about that, or his wife's mother ain't it's all right. It's all right. I'm pretty sure he got lawyers and all that. He's a professional athlete, right? Yeah. If he ain't take care of it, it may not be his decision. It's okay. It may have been his decision to not have one. Like, people too worried about it.
Yeah, people are so invested in their relationship, and it's weird because it's like if they work out, they work out. It's for them.
Right.
If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. And guess what? Only people got to deal with that is them.
It's them.
So why do people care so much?
Stupid, man.
Yeah. Well, I just thought it was unfortunate. I'm like, dang, he's so happy and celebrating, and boom, here come the conversations. But
same like you be happy celebrating yourself, and then boom, why she wearing it?
But you know what? I'm not mad at it. I'd be like, boom, let's post some merch to sell. So
yeah, Travis ain't mad at it either. He was just as happy.
My God, he was so happy.
Doing that, he backed it up and brought it forward and hitting the Lord dance. He was cool.
You don't gotta go to him.
I have my hand
when
up.
somebody raises their hand, you don't gotta go to them.
No.
Thank you. No.
Sometimes asking Loren why she wearing that is a valid question. Why do we act like it's not? Why?
We let you rock. Every day you come in here a different color, and we let you rock, right? We don't ask you why you go from light to dark to light, the mocha in the middle. We let you be great, be beige, be whatever you want to be bald, halfway fighting for your hairline some days. We let you be whatever you want to be.
You could never be beige.
Hey, don't talk about hairlines on a day like today, Loren. But listen,
we let you be whatever you want to be, baby. I promise you.
Listen, I'm just simply saying, what is Loren wearing is a valid question sometimes.
It is. And
if you pull up with leather on the beach, what is she wearing is a valid question.
I wasn't on a beach. But you know what? I don't mind you asking that question because thank you. Because now it has become a question that a lot of the media outlets are following as well too. And you know I always wear black designer, so it's given platform. So that's how I'm gonna spin that.
There you go.
But back to what we was doing over here.
But you had that Chick-fil-A cow outfit the other day, and I told you.
I didn't even wear that. That was a sample. I was trying.
She had a Chick-fil-A. Listen, I'm not even lying, y'all. She had an outfit on her desk, and it was like a mini skirt, but it was made out of cow skin, and it was called Mooberry. And I'm like, Loren, don't you put that? She's like, that's a black designer. I don't care. Okay.
Like gun holsters too, right? They had like
gun holsters. Like, what is it? I'm like, come on,
God.
you crazy. With suspenders.
Sometimes.
It was a mini skirt with gun holsters and suspenders. And it was called Mooberry, and it was cow skin. She had it laid out like the first day of school.
She did.
I know.
Like she was gonna kill him in DR.
Are you gonna wear it? Because when you eat it,
it was it was a sample because, like I told you, I model, so they sent it to me to try on so they could get the measurements right. But I mean, now I'm gonna wear it because I think I should photo shoot in it because you're so obsessed.
And when you eat it, shoot down. I don't want to hear nothing but apologies.
Yes.
When she wears that and posts that on Instagram, just everybody go to her page and just put number cow emojis.
They be listening to you too.
Okay,
like,
please.
We gotta go. She gotta get the court.
Yes, I gotta go.
All right, that's the latest with Loren. Let's get to the mix. The People's Choice Mix. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake up. You're locked into the Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Again, I just want to say salute to everybody that I ran into in St. Martin. I had an amazing time. Salute to Soul Beach. I do it each and every year, and we just have a great time, man. Some of the biggest artists, biggest comedians, and biggest DJs on one island. It's just always a great time. And then salute to Monster Energy. Indiana was dope as well. Tonight, the Knicks will win.
That's what's up.
Now, you was in Connecticut and Boston.
Yes, Connecticut and Boston. And yo, listen, Boston, I love Connecticut. Yes, Connecticut. Yes, I love my Connecticut cousins and all that. Boston was crazy.
Yes.
Like, yo, the energy I got when, you know how somebody, when you used to getting standing ovations when you walk off the stage, they stood up for me when I went out there before I even said anything. Like at Wilbur Theater, man. Shout out to the staff at Wilbur Theater. They took great care of me. My fans, man. I ate good in Boston. Yo, and then after that, they had like an after party at the W. I stayed at the W. Mm-hmm. Yo, they turned the lobby into like a little lounge, and they had the LED lights and it was so mixed in there. Mm-hmm. You know, it was very, very dope. So, man, shout out to Boston. I can't wait to come back there, man.
I love Boston.
Yeah.
All right. And also, salute to Monique Rodriguez for joining us. She was the founder and CEO of Mael.
Stop
trying to make it Spanish.
Yo, he was like Miele. Yo, it's crazy. He saw Rodriguez and went crazy.
Exactly.
Mael.
Yeah.
And she got a new book, The Glory in Your Story, Activating a Fearless Faith to Change Your Life, Your Career, and the World. So if you were interested in Monique's story, man, go make sure you go get her book.
Absolutely.
And speaking of books, I want to salute to Don Staley, man. Thank you to everybody who came out to Philadelphia this weekend to check Don Staley out. Don Staley had a book signing in Philly. You know, that's her hometown.
It was crazy.
Oh, my God. Like 2,500 people or something crazy like that.
Man.
So salute to everybody who came out to see Don Staley in Philly. She'll be in Columbia this Thursday.
South Carolina?
Yes, Don will be in Columbia this Thursday, May 29th, 6 p.m. at the R2I2 Conference Center. I don't even know why I told y'all that because it's sold out already.
Damn.
But yes, it's already sold out. I just saw that it's sold out. But yes, make sure you go get a copy of Don Staley's new book, Uncommon Favor, available everywhere you buy books now.
It's time to get up out of here, Charlamagne. You got a positive note?
I do. The positive note is simple, man. Please remember that you can receive all the compliments in the world, all the likes in the world, all of that, but that won't do a thing unless you believe in yourself. Have a great day.
Breakfast Club, bitches!
Y'all finished or y'all done?